From the War Memorial, Dan Duva with you, and joined by the 8th head coach in Syracuse Crunch history, Rob Zettler. And Rob, the first few games have been unfortunate in terms of wins and losses, but at the same time, you've got to be thrilled with the effort the guys have been giving.
It's been awesome. I've got no complaints other than we have 1 point out of 6 in the last 3 games. So, but as a coach, you know, it's the old line. You kind of look at the process, you look at the effort, you look at the way the guys are playing, and you have to be happy. You know, the only period I wasn't really happy with, obviously, was the third period of the first Norfolk game where we gave up a few, glaring chances that we got a little bit ahead of ourselves being up 4-1. So a little frustrated with that one, but other than that, the guys have battled, they've competed, and so I haven't been happy with that.
And it's been 3 games on the road, and now you'll have a home game. So it'll be your first home game as a head coach, and you've had now a few days to get this group ready, working on a few things. We know the power play has been a struggle. You've also got some new guys coming in. So tell me about the last few days of practice here.
Well, it's, we've got some new guys. We've got to introduce some things to the new guys, but at the same time, I want to keep it kind of short and snappy out there and kind of keep a good pace because, we're down to the short strokes now. We have 8 games left, and playoffs are kind of right around the corner. So I just want a good pace, and we were able to kind of counter both, or able to do both of those things, teach a few things, work on the power play a little bit before practice, then just get the guys skating, getting them up and down the ice a little bit too.
So you've had a few guys that have been added on ATOs. We saw Carl Nielsen playing the game in Norfolk. You've had a couple guys come in. You've got another guy by trade. So in general, if you can kind of look at the next 8 games here, what is the plan to integrate those guys, and how much playing time will they get, and how do you balance it versus the guys who've been here all season who are also fighting for ice time?
Well, it just comes down to who's playing well. And initially the older guys will probably get the nod, but, if you're not playing well, then we're going to give some kids a chance. I won't hesitate to put some young players in there. Wikowski's a talented player, 4 years of college. He's physically mature. He can handle himself out there. Tanner Richards has certainly shown he's got some skill in the first 2 days of practice. So those are things we need. Those are things we look at game in and game out. So it's going to be, pretty much performance-based from now on.
And with the Hershey Bears, not only Friday at home, but also Saturday on the road. So that's a team that's fighting for a playoff spot themselves and a divisional opponent. So how do you match that game up on Friday, trying to get the new guys in the lineup? Obviously, a lot of news around the organization, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is you need 2 points.
Yeah, we look for wins, but I'll just try and – it's not about new or old. It's more about fielding the best lineup. And, it's mine to choose. I've got, direction either way from up top to say you have to play this guy, you have to play this guy, you have to play a young guy. You play who you want, who's going to give you the best chance to win on a night-by-night basis. So that's what we'll be doing.
And after now a week or so in this position as head coach, you get ready for your first home game as head coach. Are you starting to settle in? You feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, I felt comfortable for sure. The first couple of games, you got a couple butterflies, but that quickly goes away and you start to focus on what's going on the ice. But, I do feel comfortable, and I think the biggest reason for that is because of the quality of players we have. They've made me feel comfortable. They've worked hard for me, and that's what you ask for as a coach. And in seeing that, it's made me feel good.
8 games left, 6 of which are at home, including Friday against the Hershey Bears here at the War Memorial at 7:30. Rob Zettler, thanks for your time. Best of luck.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
With Rob Zettler, I'm Dan Duva.